Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for today's video. This is the Unbreakable Bedrock Season 2, and this is episode 27. I am up here in the area that I had cleared out of trees and had placed some torches up here. And I came up and I cleared a little bit of dirt away to give a much bigger area up here for the lumber mill that I want to make. And so in this episode today, I want to at least start building the lumber mill here. And I'll tell you what happened. I started recording this episode yesterday and had done quite a bit, and I went to do some editing today and realized that somehow or another the microphone on my recording app got changed and it didn't record anything that I said. So I am going to run through a brief recap of what I did. And while I'm doing that, I am going to go ahead and I am going to head back to the house and I'm going to sleep. What I was showing was here in this area, I mentioned a couple episodes ago that I would like to use this area for something, and I think I came up with what I want to do. As you might recall, I joined Ethy in a previous episode and we took on some withers, and I killed one of the withers, and I did that without any armor on, and Ethy let me keep the nether star from that wither. I have not done a beacon yet. I actually created the beacon, but I have not placed it yet. Down in this area, I dug out and I placed iron blocks in a pyramid shape, and so I can place the beacon here. I have an opening going up that is going to correspond with the hole that I dug up by the bubble column. And so I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to start digging down and see if I can connect these two. So now that I'm here, I can go ahead and I can place the beacon. Now I have haste 2 and regeneration. Another thing I did in between episodes is I made a composter, an automatic composter. So you put the items that you can compost into the chest in the top. It comes down through the hopper into the composter, and then that spits out the bone meal into the hopper underneath, and it comes out to the chest underneath. So I've been throwing some things in there and getting some bone meal that way. Also, I did the area over here where I placed some crimson nylium along with the warped nylium, and I've been growing some crimson and warped fungus trees and harvesting those. Down in the sorting system, I did some more adding on, and now I have more items going into the sorting system. I've put in all kinds of tree items, the logs, planks, leaves, and I'm gonna probably maybe put in some saplings, but I'm not really sure. And I added a number of different block types that weren't in the beginning that are a little bit unique. And then in the back area, I placed some different types of organic items, I had to place some item frames down to be able to put the items there so that we could tell what's there. Another thing I did was I was doing some trading with some villagers. I've been going to the drowned farm, and so I was up to like level 81, 85, something like that. And then I went ahead and I started doing some enchantments on some of the tridents I had. And part of the reason that I wanted to do that is because I wanted to kind of repay Ethy for the Nether Star. I know he would say that I didn't need to do that, but I feel like it's the right thing to do when somebody helps me out with something. I like to return the favor and help them out with something as well. So I'm flying up here. You can see the area that I have cleared out down there. And what I'm looking at is there's a lot of trees up in here and going over through to here. So what I'm kind of wanting to do is make it almost like there's a logging camp right here, and have the lumber mill be sort of in the center of it, so that basically you can kind of imagine the lumberjacks have been working their way up through here and taking down trees. So I'm probably going to work on some of that in here. Probably going to make it so that it's a fairly new lumber mill, and they haven't gotten real far, so there's still a lot of trees around. If we come over this way, and there's very few ways you can get through here because of all the trees, you'll see it comes out to the water over here. So what I'm thinking about doing is kind of clearing out and maybe having a dock area over here. So that would be where once the wood is cut, it can be brought over this way and loaded on the ships and sent out to be sold to other areas. So I think what I want to do is try to keep the lumber mill a little bit more over in this direction. So I'm thinking maybe what we might do is count that as one corner. And then I'm thinking we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and put the other corner there. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I want to take this tree down quick. So I think what we're going to do then is, so I went 13 here in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think we'll go 23 here. And that would put the other corner there. Yeah. So I think that'll be a nice sized mill. So what I'm wanting to do is make the floor of the mill out of acacia wood. So I'm going to clear this whole area out. Now that that whole area is cleared out, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill this all in with acacia wood. I have the acacia floor put in here. I put some more logs going up, and I have a centerpiece here. And well, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty much kind of winging this because I've never built a lumber mill before, and I am really not 100% certain how to build one. But I have some ideas in my head, and I just got to see if I can try to uh, bring them about. I have been doing a little bit of work on the lumber mill, and so um, basically I'm just kind of winging it for the most part because I really, in a way, I don't have a clue what I'm doing and what I should do to make a lumber mill. But I got a couple ideas, and I think it's going to end up actually looking pretty cool in the end. At least I'm hoping. So I've been working on the roof, and I don't want the roof to be very high. So what I'm doing is putting a stair, then a slab, then a stair, then a slab. And these are bottom half slabs, so mobs will not spawn. And then I put another stair. So I cleared out a few trees over here, and I did add some grass coming out through. I'm probably going to add a little bit more to add some area here. The idea is that the lumberjacks are chopping down the trees, going up through the mountain and bringing those trees down, and they're going to come into the mill here. They're going to get cut up into planks, and then they're going to end up taking them down through here to the water to be loaded on the boats. I had the basic design of the roof down. I'm going to probably put some upside down stairs to help transition a little bit, but I think it turned out okay. And so I started doing some work on the inside. Basically, what I did out here was I placed some oak logs to make it look like there's some trees getting ready to come into the lumber mill to be cut. And then on the inside here, what I did was I made 2 tracks on each side. I'm kind of thinking I might change this and actually drop this down half a level. But I guess that really wouldn't work with the stairs. I've kind of toyed around with some different ideas, and so far this is kind of like the best that I could come up with. And then I have these tracks coming through, have 2 saws in, so basically they can cut this one direction, and then they can, cut another time. And if they need to, they can bring the logs back again and send them through the saws again. And then outside here, what I did was I placed some planks to make it look like it's some lumber that's stacked up out here. And what I need to do is actually fill some of the dirt in here and take this tree down. Then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some grindstones on this log here coming out on both sides, and then hang some chains coming down to show like it can help them to move the wood around. And I'll probably put one on each end of the wood here and put some chains there. hours. Scare the daylights out of me. I put some grindstones up at the tops here and hung some chains down, and I think it adds a nice little touch. And then also what I did was is over here I placed some grindstones again, and then I have some logs that looks like they're hanging here getting ready to get put onto the section to be cut. The other thing that I think I would like to do is for these stacks that are out here, I want to place some rails across here. Oops, nope, not on that one. Yeah, and I don't know that this is going to work out on this side. So maybe what I'll do is just make this this high on this side, and then do the same thing here. But I'll have to wait to put the track over there until I put the put some ground down. And then I think I'm gonna need to do the same thing over here. Maybe what I'll do is put the planks there. Make it look like the stacks of planks are being held down. So I think I'm real happy with what I did end up with here. It's a fairly close representation of what I was imagining, and so I think I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, I think this will work out. And you know what, maybe I can put another spruce log here. Like that. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this episode here. Like I said, I'm real happy with how things turned out. I'm very happy. And with that, I think I'm gonna consider this phase of the project done. I want to thank you for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this project and putting this together, and I'm looking forward to trying to do some more work up in this area. This is a project that I've wanted to do since the very beginning of this world. It is kind of why I picked this biome. I wanted to pick a taiga biome, or at least some kind of forest biome, because I wanted to build a lumber mill. I knew it was going to be a little something different, and I figured it was going to be something that would challenge me a little bit, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with this project. And then it ended up, because of that, that's kind of why I put this project off for a little while, because I knew it was going to be a challenge. I knew it was going to be something new to me and a little difficult. But I am quite happy with how everything turned out, and I'm looking forward to adding some more things up in this area. But anyway, I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. And I will catch you next time. Until then, I'm Big Daddy Fun.